special about Maddie is English is not her first language. She came over here from Romania and she's built a phenomenal business. And that's proof that if you don't have much of a warm list, you don't have much of a, you don't have many contacts here, or you don't have a large circle, you absolutely can build this business. And what's more, she started that business in COVID. So, a lot of us have had excuses along the way. Oh, I didn't do much then, or I didn't do much because of this, that, and the other. And she is proof that you can make your excuses your reasons. So we're going to get started straight away. I'm going to share my screen again with you, and we're going to get started. There we go. Right. Okay, so let's get straight into the nooks and crannies. Now is the perfect time, guys. If you've not already grasped, you'll all be at different levels of the business. Some of you may have joined last week. Some of you may have joined 10 years ago. It really doesn't matter where you are on your UW journey. And absolutely do not compare yourself with others, because it's your pace and they are not walking in your shoes at the end of the day. But the reason that now is the perfect time, I'm just admitting other people, there we go, is because it's hurting. The cost of living has now been going on for some time. Inflation is going in one direction. And people are having to earn their way out of this financial crisis that we have going on right now. And we are the perfect vehicle. We are the perfect tool. There's so many businesses out there that can bring in an extra income or bring in an extra little bit of money. But ask yourself this: is there anywhere else you can find a true passive income like ours, which is service based? Out of the bank balance every single month goes the rent, the mortgage, and the bills automatically. They are what we have to pay to exist these days. And the magic is those payments go out regardless. They are the first thing that goes out. And I'll tell you something else: when people are hurting and they don't have a lot of spare cash, the first thing they cut back on is the luxuries in life. The nice potions or the nice makeup from other beauty brands in network marketing. And you have the perfect vehicle to help people save their way out of it and earn their way out of it. So let's get started and show you the power of what this business is all about, and how by recruiting you can grow your business faster. So why build a residual income first of all? And I just want to explain, I'm sure you all realise, but a residual income is an income that you earn that's inconsequential to you. It's something that keeps coming in regardless of your activity long term. Obviously, you've got to do the activity in the beginning, but it's something that just keeps paying over and over again for doing a job once. Just like musicians, when their songs are downloaded or played on the radio, or when authors sell books. Residual income for us is when the bills go out of our customers' go out their accounts by direct debit. We get a residual income, as well as our customer bonus, of course. Now, our customer bonus looks like this. It's all dependent on your time. Now, I'm a jewellery designer by trade. That was my background. So every time I sold a piece of jewellery, I'd get a payment. Just like every time you are helping somebody save money on their bills, you're earning up to £300 for doing that. And the reason for the chart is up and down like a yo-yo is it's indicative of your time. It's an exchange of time and money. The more you put in, the more you get. The more customers you speak to, the more people you save money with, the more you'll earn. But it's a one-off. Okay? That residual income will kick in later, and we're going to take a look at what that could look like. But this is absolutely just an exchange of time. Residual income continues to grow like this. Now, I liken this to if every time somebody wore a piece of my jewellery, I had another payment. And that's what I saw in this business. And once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. Now, so long as you keep gathering customers and you have net growth in your business, some months you might lose a couple, but as long as you're gaining more than you're losing, or you're putting on and you're taking action and growing your business and growing your team ultimately, and that's what we're all here for today, you are going to increase your residual income. Now, when I first joined this business, I printed off my direct debits, and my goal was to start ticking off those direct debits. So there's a tip for you: print off your direct debits, stick them on the fridge, stick them by your computer, or we used to stick things by the landline. We don't use a landline these days, do we? But stick them somewhere you're going to see them, that's going to make you accountable to yourself. That's the key here, because you will slowly but surely, now I'd say the cheapest one is probably the TV license, £13-14, something like that. Once your passive income from the customers you're bringing in starts paying off your TV license every single month, you're not starting on zero. And then maybe it might be, I don't know, the home insurance or the mobile or the water bill, although the water bill's going up and up all the time at the moment, isn't it? But you get my meaning here. What this did for me quite early on, within 3 years, I got to group leader within 3 years, and I got to a point where all my direct debits were covered, including the mortgage, on a passive basis. And that gave me choices. As a self-employed jeweler, I rarely went on holiday. I had to save up for it. We went every year for a week or so. And then when I went away, I was still trying to work my business, keep it going, but I was taking that big hit of a loss of income from not seeing customers and making when I was on holiday. And that's why I share the fact I had 8 holidays last year, because I have full-time passive income now, regardless of my customer gathering, regardless of any fresh activity I'm doing. My residual passive income is a full-time income before I get out of bed. And that is what gave me the choice last year, the choice to go to the Maldives and celebrate my 50th before I'm even 50. It gave me the choice to take my boys snowboarding and teach them how to snowboard. It gave me the choice to go over to Barcelona for 24 hours and see a football game. Like, this business gives you choices, and it's about time and money. And residual income is that one powerful thing that can do that. And in the beginning, you may well find, you're speaking to a lot of people. This is a numbers game at the end of the day. It doesn't matter whether you're talking to a warm list, whether you're at a 20K, whether you're doing neighbor letters, whether you're talking to friends, family, or contacts, people you do business with. Every person you speak to, there's always going to be an element of some people say no to even having an appointment. And you might ask yourself, is it worth it? Because it takes a long time to build up that passive income, especially now we're getting that nice chunky money, that upfront income of a customer bonus, because it takes a while for that residual income to start releasing and unlocking, if you like, for want of a better expression. It kicks in a few years down the road, depending on what services they took and all the rest of it. Once you then start seeing your residual income build up, you can certainly say to yourself, not just is it worth it, but yes, it is worth it. And then further down the line, for example, when you're sat on the Maldives beach, or you're snowboarding in Andorra, and you've just received your pay, your commission statement of a full-time income, and you haven't done any work yet this month, you might just ask, am I worth it? I mean, of course, I'm worth it. That's what we say. You have to tell yourself you're worth it. I mean, I'm actually probably alluding that am I worth it is alluding more to the Steve Critchleys and the Jimmy Chapmans and the massive earners in this business. But ultimately, we all start somewhere, and when you grow this business, it's going to grow you an income that enables you to live life on your terms, to sack the boss, to drop those hours, to do more things with the kids, have more holidays, have more experiences. In fact, in the news this morning, they were saying more and more families these days are paying to have experiences rather than buy material things. And I think that's really important. It's about having time and making memories, isn't it? But why not have the best of both worlds? Build your customer basis, have that good income that gives you some choices now that maybe enable you to drop a day, or to cover the last week of the month, or whatever it might be, the extra treats and things. But just remember, you are also building that very strong passive income in the background. So, Maddie, who can we talk to? Where do we start in terms of recruiting?
It's everybody. It's very simple. It's literally everybody you know, everybody you meet, everybody you don't yet know. You can just strike up a conversation waiting in a queue with somebody over anything. And then this is actually what happened to me. I was just walking down the roads and I spoke with with my neighbors down the road, and we ended up signing them as a customer and their partners as well. So they can appear out of nowhere. What I would suggest, as in how you can narrow things down, is to find your niche, to find the people that resonate with you, that you find yourself within the same circle and you have the same things in common. When that happens, things get easier because you face the same struggles, you have the same issues, and it's going to be much easier for you to connect with them, and you become relatable. So find your niche, find your tribe, speak with these people, and this is what's going to help you grow your business much quicker. Now, we're going to look a bit at what these people that we're looking for look like. I think it's going to be on the next slide. We're looking for switched on, ambitious, and motivated people. They make everything so easy. They're coachable, they're teachable. They just take everything you tell them and take the business and run with it. Don't be scared to talk to people who are better than you and are already high up there on a social status. You may have in your social circles people who are directors or general managers. They are the people I would personally go for. Why am I saying that? These people already have a mindset. They already know what business looks like, what to expect. That not always is not always easier to achieve things, and they will be um, more resilient when difficulties will come their way. So don't be scared. Just talk to everybody, and they are gonna make your business grow faster and quicker because they're gonna take the business, run with it, and do whatever they already know what to do. Um, Now let's see how we're gonna talk to these people. And everybody knows people of compliments. That's the easier way to open the door. Um, in the next slide, there's actually a short script that is an example of how you can take a picture of this script, and I would say you can switch it as well. We have, hi John, it's a quick call. The business I'm partner with is expanding rapidly. We're looking for switched on people. So that's what you can say to John. But if you have somebody who is a lady in the business, you can say, oh, you've done wonders in your business. You're a very good business person. Or switch this to match the person that you were talking with, and then send it to them and see what comes out of it. Right.
Can I add something to that? I was chatting with James, who's on here. I'm not going to put him on the spot, but we were chatting the other day, and he shared a similar version of this script with me, and I thought, boom, brilliant. And it went like this. Hi, John, it's just a quick call. The business I'm partnered with is expanding rapidly, and we're looking for loads of switched on people. And I wondered if you knew anybody.
Very good.
Take it away
Yes.
from them. I wondered if you know anybody, because they might be thinking, well, what about me? That would be, and you're taking it away. So some people feel a bit embarrassed to be as direct as, and I thought of you, although, paying them a compliment and what have you is really powerful. But if you feel more comfortable with saying, and I wondered if you know anybody, then that might also be a really good way of breaking the ice.
Yep. Completely agree.
Okay, so ultimately, you need to decide for yourself, what is it you're here for? Have some conviction, make a decision. Because I think when you know where you're going, when you know where you're heading and you make that decision, that brings action. Are you here because you want an extra £250 a month? Just one customer or so. It might be a couple, obviously, to make that happen, depending on the combination of services. Or are you here for a serious income? Are you here for financial security? You need to make sure that your activity and your actions are in line with what your goals are. And if you're not sure how to do that, you need to maybe talk with your upline or talk with a mentor, talk with another leader in the business, and ultimately make sure that you are on the right path. Because if you're wanting £1,000 a month and you're only talking to 2 or 3 people, that's not going to align. You need to be signing up at least 4, 5 or 6. So therefore maybe talking to 15, 20 to make that happen. So make sure that you're aligned with where you want to be. And ultimately, a key thing you can do here that can tweak your recruiting, just a very simple phase, can be, so this is at the end of the appointment presentation and you've gone through both videos if you've played the one option, or you've played the other video if you're going through the other option. Ultimately, either way, you get to this slide at the end. So what should we look at first? Do you want to save money as a customer, earn money as a partner, or what most people do, because people like to do what most people do? Both. And I can tell you now that will increase your recruiting just by making that simple little tweak. And when somebody says to you, well, it sounds really good, but I need more information, or maybe you're chatting to a tradesman in your home, or you're chatting to the gas engineer, or you're talking with friends and family, or you're paying that compliment, you'd be really good at what I do, or I'm looking for smart, ambitious people to grow my business, or I'm looking to recruit some more people because we are going through massive expansion. Whatever angle you take, you've got these tools. And I did exactly this yesterday. So I was talking to somebody who is a GP, and he's looking to set up his own business in terms of mentoring people and coaching people to improve their lives so that they don't end up in the GP surgery with their ailments of stroke, heart attack, obesity, stress, cancer, ultimately. And he's looking to change their direction. And I thought, wow, how powerful. So I sent him the NHS video from UW Stories. And tonight we are doing a presentation, and I've invited him, this link, to take a look at this presentation. Now, ultimately, if you don't have an upline that's doing regular virtual opportunity presentations, you can use this link 24/7. The videos are on there to use anytime. It's literally about 7 minutes. You just copy paste and send it out and ask, would you do me a favor and just take a look at this video? After we spoke the other day, I thought of you and I'd really value your feedback, or whatever script you want to use. Ultimately, that video is there for you to send out to anybody, but I use this video in doing a live opportunity presentation where I introduce myself, we play the video, and then I talk with somebody in my team, bringing it more to life. And by having a time and date in your diary each week or 2 or 3 times a week, it creates that activity in your team where you might be then encouraging them to reach out to more people so that they've got that support to fall into. So if you're new in this business and you're not comfortable at doing that kind of thing yet, or your upline isn't doing that yet, absolutely use the website, use the both websites to share stories and send those out to people. If you do have a team, or you want to start doing this with your own team, where you are doing weekly or 2 or 3 weekly presentations, it really is a great way of increasing your recruiting in the team, because your team are then going to be saying, oh great, we've got a video presentation tonight at 8 o'clock, just wondered if you'd spend 20 minutes and come along, take a listen, I'd really value your opinion. And help them with a few scripts, because that will really take action, and your team will step up their activity to invite people to come along, take a listen. And by being time and dated, sometimes it just gives that sort of ownership on it. People put it in the diary and they make it happen. Whereas when you send something out just loosely, if it lands with them when they're at work or in the middle of something, you then might be worried about following up because they've opened it but you've not heard from them. So again, the fortune is in the follow-up. Did you get a chance to take a look at the video I sent you earlier or yesterday or whatever? I know that you'd love it and I'd really value your opinion, or something along those lines. So Maddie, what else have we got? There's lots of tools in this business that we can use.
We have the UW magazine. I actually have one at hand because this is one of the tools I'm using quite a bit. So it looks like this. We have Ben Fogel on a cover, and it's full of very valuable information, very attractive information for people who will give it a read. So how do I use this one? I have a stack of them because you can buy them from the portal actually, and you buy them in bulk of tens. And there are people knocking on my door, and they're selling their own things, and they're proposing Virgin broadband to my door. There was a guy actually who came and knocked, and I let him do his speech, and I didn't reveal myself. I didn't tell him that I was actually working with utility warehouses, only that I was a customer with utility warehouse. And when he asked me who I was with, and I said utility warehouse, I could see him walking backwards, and it looked funny. And I realized, because he said it to me, the reason why he's backing up and he was doing that is because all utility warehouse customers that he came across while knocking doors, he couldn't turn. He could just sell his Virgin to everybody else but to utility warehouse customers. And then I revealed myself as a partner. I pass him on the magazine, and I will be calling him shortly to see if he's interested in becoming a partner himself. So that's how I use this tool. I hand it on to everybody knocking on my door because they're already used to knocking on doors. These are really good people for neighborhood letters. So use it, get your magazines and use it this way. We also have the buzz events, which I think will be presented on the next slide. And these ones will be presented in the portal under events. And you can look at for buzz events local to your area. You can scroll down, see all available buzz events. What's happening there? There's a gathering, a social event with UW partners doing an opportunity presentation. You can bring in people who are not yet partners but are interested in finding out more about the business, and you can sit them down. They're going to experience a bit of the energy, the UW energy and the buzz, and they will find out how everything works, and that's gonna be convincing them pretty much to become partners themselves. So that's how you can use these ones. Also, we have the quick links on the portal. The last one in there is your business opportunity website. This is a link. If you pass it on to somebody curious about the opportunity presentation, they can sign themselves up. There is a button there. You can even try it on to see what they actually see when they click on your link, and they can sign themselves up. And as they do, they will become part of your team, because that is what this link does, associates their sign up with your account. And we also have something else on the portal. The portal is full of very useful information, trainings. On on the next slide, I think it's a number of training available, like being a leader, recruitment tools, recruitment skills. What I like to do with myself is evaluate every 6 months, every 3 months, whenever I feel the need to do it, evaluate where have I evolved and what skills do I need, and just focus on those things and work a bit on my personal development. The personal development and mindset are really, really key, useful things to have, because this is what they're going to keep you with the business, doing things the right way and keeping you motivated. And you can overcome obstacles much easier if you have a positive mindset. Right, so I'm going to pass it on now to Kirsty, and she's going to talk to us about FEX, the Free Energy Club.
Who here is a FECA? Put your hands up if you're a FECA. So there's a few of us, okay? So the Free Energy Club is absolutely phenomenal. Please do not underestimate this. So when this first came out, I thought, yeah, that's good. That's good. And then when I actually received my first bill of free energy, and my bill was so incredibly low, I was like, oh my God, this is really powerful, actually. You know, we have the opportunity here, guys, to recruit people through the Free Energy Club. So obviously, you know that if you just help people do 4 points a month, you're going to qualify for free energy yourself by creating that streak. Ultimately, if you then are starting to talk to those customers and they're on the appointment, maybe they're sat on the fence, they're not sure, or you're out and about talking to people and the cost of living comes up, or what have you, you can say, well, look, I can help you qualify for free energy every month. Would that be of benefit? So in addition to that commission, in addition to you growing your team, you can also help them to get their free energy. And it really is phenomenal, because what other energy provider out there is giving their customers free energy? And this is how it looks. So obviously it doesn't matter when you join, but you do 3 consecutive months in a row with 4 points or more to qualify for your free energy at home. Obviously you've got to have energy as a service yourself as a customer. And then you repeat that another 3 months, 4 points at a time, and then it starts unlocking free energy every single month. This is golden, guys, and it really is a really good recruiting tool. So if you haven't yet started to use it for recruiting, I really urge that you do. And there's some really great scripts. I'm conscious of the time, so I'm not going to open these up at this point. There's a QR code there that you can scan, and then that will take you to a set of scripts, a set of assets that you can use. You can screenshot them, you can save the link to go back to at a future date. But some really good stuff in there to help you start bringing it up in conversations. Now,
Right.
Matt, tell us about this one, because this is also really special.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So as we get money off our bills, so can the customer, and they receive free energy days, the feds. And how does it work? It has to do with how many services they will take on. If they take on 2 services, they will be rewarded with 3 free energy days, which is 1 per month for the next 3 months. And if they're looking at taking 3 or more of our services, they're looking at a full 24 days of free energy, which is 2 per month for the next 12 months. Now, be aware that this is a one-off offer, and I think it ends at the 1st of August, where you get double the free energy days, 24. Otherwise, they're only going to get 12. So try and squeeze in as many customers you can in this period, and do let your team as well know that there's a limited offer with 24 free energy days. Right, so again, I'm